Good morning. Today I'm going to be replacing the on-cylinder thermostat of my hot water tank. I have to do this because my daughter, God bless her, who I love ever so much, sees this, thinks it's a fun little knob, and pulls it and twists it, and she's managed to break something inside. So now it's got no resistance no matter what I do to it, and the internal workings are shot. So we have no hot water because she's obviously put it at the minimum level before snapping it off. So this is a Honeywell L641A something. I have nipped down screw fix, and for £30 I have replaced it with a like for like piece. So I'll open this up. In the box we have a new cable, a wraparound cable, so a new one of these. I don't need to use a new one, so I'll put that to one side. I have a new identical unit, lovely. Put that down carefully. Have some screws and a fixing bolt, presumably for the wire to go in the bottom. And a new knob, helpful. And some fitting instructions. Now my plan is just to take off this old one, take it apart, and then rewire the new one in exactly the same way. I've already killed the power to the whole house, so I've used the master switch at the fuse box and checked that the power's off. So the first thing we do is we undo this elasticated securing band, and this just pulls out. So as you can see, these are as simple as, in this hole we have the actual hot water tank, or the hot water cylinder, the metal itself, and this is a thermostat that touches the metal cylinder, and it judges what the temperature is and tells you whether the heat should be on or off. There's a number of screws on this. Let's start removing them. Now, and here we can see where she's actually snapped the piece off inside. There's a small piece of plastic loose in there, and you can see where that has snapped off. So this would have sat in here like this and turned and twisted the whole thing. Thank you, daughter. Right, as ever, before I start unwiring things, I will take a photo. But on this occasion, it looks fairly simple: brown, white, black. So here I have the new piece. I'll keep the old piece out of the way for now. The new piece, so I will remove the same one retaining screw on the front. And lift the front panel off. Here you can see they're almost identical, except the new one still has this part on it. Okay. Brown, white, black, and I will remove the screws holding this in place. pop these screws down here. Right, discard that. Here we have brown, white, black. So I will open these up. Try my black first. Make sure that is nice and tight. Now white. And finally, brown. Right. We'll reuse the screws and the retaining clip that hold the wire in place. Get the first one in place, slightly driven in, and it will make it easier to position the second one. Get this nice and tight. The last thing I want is my daughter managing to pull the wire out the bottom because I haven't fastened this up enough. Right, that's pretty secure. There's no wire showing. I'm happy with that. So now we slot this cover back on. There we go. And do it. Right, that is all secured. Visual check, there's no wires showing, there's no big gaping holes, I don't seem to have put it in the wrong way. Checking the wire at the bottom, there's no visible, well, checking the cable at the bottom, there's no cores showing in there. All in all, I think we're good to go. So, putting it back on the system is as simple as moving some of the insulation out of the way, wiggling it into place, run this cable across the strip provided for it. And Bob's your uncle. Now, to test it. So, first of all, I'm going to turn it up to 60 degrees. So, how to test if it's working. I have turned off the heating at my control panel and left the hot water on. So, if it's working as it should be, and the thermometer is saying that we require more hot water as a cylinder, because I can tell you now the cylinder was stone cold, then I can go downstairs and the boiler will be firing, because the only thing drawing from the boiler will be the hot water. So let's go and test that. And we can see from here the boiler is burning away merrily, which suggests that the hot water tank should now be getting warmer and warmer as we speak. Lovely, a very nice easy fix.